It stays here with Indiana. Clark, a deep one. You bet!
Wow, what a crazy logo bomb from Caitlin Clark. If you're a WNBA fan or just love a good sports drama, you're in the right spot. Today, we're breaking down one of the biggest stories shaking up basketball right now. The WNBA's steep ratings drop, made even worse since superstar Caitlin Clark was sidelined with an injury. And here's the kicker. The league's owners are finally speaking up. The numbers are jaw-dropping, the reactions are fiery, and the ripple effects could reshape the future of women's basketball. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's dive in. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss one of our deep dives.
Clark has space. She's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect. Oh, Caitlin.
Let's cut right to the chase. The headline everyone's talking about. WNBA TV ratings have absolutely cratered, plunging by a staggering 55% since Caitlin Clark went down with that left quad strain on May 24th. Think about it. In just a few weeks, more than half of the league's audience disappeared. According to Nielsen data reported by USA Today, nationally televised WNBA games were averaging 1.81 million viewers before Clark's injury. Now, that number has collapsed to just 847,000. The Indiana Fever's ratings tell the same painful story, plummeting from 1.81 million to 847,000, a brutal 53% drop. These aren't just cold stats on a page. This is a flashing warning sign for the league, and you can bet team owners are starting to feel the heat.
The defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three. Oop, that is. She missed her first set.
Caitlin Clark, the Fever's second-year star and reigning Rookie of the Year, has now missed 5 straight games, and the impact has been impossible to ignore. Before her injury, she was dominating the court, putting up 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 rebounds per game, even dropping a triple-double in the season opener. But Clark is more than just a superstar. She's a phenomenon, the kind of ratings magnet who packs arenas and drives viewership like no one else in the WNBA. Her absence, though, has exposed an uncomfortable truth. The league's surge in popularity may have more to do with one player than with the sport itself. And that's a dangerous reality. Owners, once silent, are beginning to voice their worries. One told Sports Illustrated, "We knew Caitlin was a big draw, but nobody expected the bottom to fall out like this. We've got to figure out how to keep fans engaged without relying on one person." Another admitted to Yahoo Sports that the numbers have been a gut punch, saying the league's foundation isn't as solid as they believed. Fans, meanwhile, aren't sugarcoating anything. Social media, especially X, is filled with blunt reactions. One user wrote, "Wait, I thought Angel Reese was supposed to be the big draw. Was it actually Caitlin all along?" Another kept it simple. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. Some people are trying to downplay her impact, or just outright hating. The sarcasm is everywhere, with one fan quipping, "You're not supposed to say that out loud. If you point out the obvious, you must hate women." The message couldn't be clearer. Fans believe Clark's absence has exposed just how much she drives the league's popularity. In fact, some are even accusing the WNBA and its media partners of mishandling her stardom completely. Analyst Rachel Dominguez recently suggested that fans might actually be boycotting games because they're frustrated with how the league has treated Clark and her supporters. On her podcast, she argued the ratings drop isn't only about Clark being injured, it's also tied to how she's been marketed. According to Dominguez, plenty of fans have stopped tuning in altogether, choosing not to give viewership to other teams or players because of how the league and media have handled Clark. It's a bold claim that's igniting major debate. To many, it feels like the WNBA intentionally downplayed Clark's role to avoid making it look like the entire league's success rested on one player. With ratings now in freefall, whatever strategy the league thought it had has clearly backfired. To understand why, we have to zoom out. Over the past couple of years, the WNBA has been riding a wave of momentum, sold-out arenas, surging merchandise sales, and record-breaking TV audiences. And let's be real, much of that success was thanks to Caitlin Clark. Her star power at Iowa turned her into a household name before she ever went pro, pulling in countless casual viewers who normally wouldn't have given women's basketball a second look. But here's the catch. When Clark went down with an injury, those casual fans didn't stick around. They weren't showing up to watch other top-tier talents like Aya Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, or Angel Reese. They simply tuned out. And that right there is the league's biggest challenge. How do you turn those temporary viewers into true fans of the game, not just of one player? The numbers paint a sobering picture. Take the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky matchup on June 10th. Without Caitlin Clark, the game still drew 1.92 million viewers on CBS, ranking as the third most watched game of the season. Not bad, right? But compare that to their season opener, also Fever versus Sky, with Clark on the floor. That one pulled in a massive 2.7 million viewers on ABC. That's a steep drop. It gets worse. The WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis saw ratings plunge 36% from last year. Ticket prices? They crashed from $121 to just $64 once word got out that Clark wouldn't be playing. Former NBA All-Star Jeff Teague didn't sugarcoat it. There go the views. And it's not just TV numbers taking a hit. Attendance has fallen hard too. Arenas that were packed when Clark played now have rows of empty seats, and some tickets are selling for as little as $3. Yes, $3. The league was projected to hit $1 billion in revenue this year, largely riding on Clark's star power. But that momentum is fading fast. The situation isn't helped by other setbacks either. Paige Bueckers, another promising rookie, went down with an injury around the same time, taking away yet another rising star. Add in fierce competition from the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup Final, and even the French Open, and the WNBA is fighting an uphill battle to keep fans tuned in. So what's the league's plan? For now, the biggest priority is simple: getting Caitlin Clark back on the court. Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White says the team is taking no chances with Caitlin Clark's recovery, making sure she's completely ready before stepping back on the court. The good news? Clark has already started ramping up basketball activities and could return as soon as June 14th for a highly anticipated matchup against the New York Liberty. That game is already creating major buzz, with fans and analysts predicting a rating surge if Clark suits up. But the bigger question is what happens afterward. Will those new viewers stick around, or will they tune out the next time Clark is sidelined? Owners understand that Clark's return alone won't solve everything, and conversations are shifting toward long-term strategies to build a stronger, more loyal fan base. One idea gaining traction is spotlighting team rivalries and compelling storylines, similar to the classic NBA rivalries of the 80s and 90s, like Celtics versus Lakers. But for the WNBA, another strategy is marketing other stars more aggressively. Players like Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson already have strong followings, but the league needs to position them as must-watch attractions for casual fans. There's also discussion about adjusting the schedule to avoid competing directly with other major sporting events. It's one of those things that's easier said than done. Let's be honest, none of this is simple. The WNBA's heavy reliance on Caitlin Clark has exposed a huge weakness that can't be ignored. If one player's absence can cut viewership in half, that's not just bad luck, that's a structural issue. Owners are starting to realize it, and the pressure to act is only growing. Networks and sponsors that were once excited about the league's surge are now staring at the numbers and second-guessing their investments. If the WNBA can't bounce back and prove it can keep fans engaged, those big money deals could start slipping away. So where does this leave the league? Honestly, it feels like a crossroads. There's a real opportunity here to learn, rebuild, and create a stronger foundation. That means spreading out the star power, telling more compelling stories, and finding ways to capture the casual fans who showed up for Clark but didn't stick around. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about one superstar. It's about proving women's basketball can stand tall, whether Clark's on the court or not. But what do you think? Is the WNBA leaning too heavily on Clark, or is this just a short-term bump? Should the league be doing more to spotlight other stars, or ride Clark's wave as long as they can? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow Hoops fans. We'll keep you updated on Clark's comeback and what it means for the WNBA's future. Until then, stay locked in. I'll see you in the next one.